Hi Virgo, happy November. I hope you're doing well. Okay, guys, I laid out the cards already. Okay, the energy, I'm not going to lie, is going to be a little bit, crazy for a bit. So you may want to check your Sun, Moon, and Rising. I know most of you do, but I also get emails about not knowing what those are. So I'm putting it out there so that you know to do that if you're new. Okay. All right. The overall energy here is the Strength card. Okay. That's the lust for life, but it's also uh, being accepting of all parts of you. Okay, the shadow side, the light side. It's accepting all parts of yourself. Okay, because they all do serve a purpose, and this includes the ego. Okay, in a good way though. Okay. um, I think what you're doing here is you're just getting rid of old thought patterns, old ways of thinking, old ways of the things that held you up before really hold no value anymore, is where I kind of think this is going. Um, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got six. You've got 6 major arcana cards in here. Those are all fixed changes coming for you. Nothing you can do or can't do. They're coming. That's a lot. Okay, that's a lot of change. That's out of your control. I don't see any I don't see any negativity. I don't. Um, it's a lot though. Okay, so that can be overwhelming. All right. How you show up in November is the 9 of Wands crossed by the Temperance card. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Temperance is fire. So is the 9 of Wands. Okay, the 9 of Wands, I always say, is my 11th hour card. It's stamina. It's really, really, you're tired. Okay, you've fought the fight. 9, thank God, is the winding down. You're almost at the 10, but you're not there yet. Most people quit things that are really, really challenging in this 11th hour. Push through, because you're going to see, you're going to see that it was worth it. Okay, you've invested way too much anyway. What crosses you is the Temperance card, so we've got to pay more attention to that. Okay, because that's how this is going to show up. It's telling you to balance is key. Okay, it's not so much patience as it is balance. Okay, it's the tempering. Okay, of things, the blending in a balanced way. Okay, if you've ever thrown, if you've not taken your time and paced yourself when you put like eggs into, warm milk, you get a mess. It's just not, it doesn't turn out how you want it to be. So just trust it's going to work out. Okay. This is about I say rebirth too, because it's about, it really is going into, and I felt this when I pulled the Strength card, it's about going in a new direction, a whole new way of life. Okay. And with that, after things that are really, really complex, what she's balancing between these 2 cups here, it's the new malleable you. It's you reinventing yourself, you coming into a new here. After this is a long battle. Okay. All right. In the near past, you've got the Judgment card. See what I mean? They're all at the end of the arcana too. They're not the beginning parts. You're not getting the Fool. You're not starting this. You're at the end here. Okay. You've got the Judgment card. Okay, that's the wake up call, you know, to go in a new direction. It's a card to get moving, okay? Physically moving. I'm going to say here, I think that it's going to be a mixed bag of tricks, okay? Because I think you're going to upset the apple cart a little bit. I think the direction that you're going in, you know what you're doing here anyway. Um, I think that it may shake up areas where people may not agree with what you're doing, how you're doing it. It shakes up something here. And I think it's just maybe people that counted on you to do things, you're not going to be able to do them anymore. And it, you know, leaves them not thrilled, so to speak. Okay. Um, Anyhow, we'll come back to that. Okay. Where you're anchored here is the Three of Wands. Okay. That's basically you've cast your nets and now you're starting to see how that's going to play out. You know, you've started, you know, you think about a business plan, then you launch it. This is the launching, and now you're waiting to see how that's going to play out. Okay. Um, I think that what it does is it gives you stability on the home front. It really levels out things. I do think that you're really working at something, really, really passionate about what you're doing. It's starting to, I think what's happening here too is you're looking at things completely different, which what it's doing is it's freeing up some energy here to get finances flowing. Wherever you had a hold up here, I think it really goes back to this key of just accepting who you are as a whole, you know? And I think it's the end of old ways of thinking. Literally, like, can't be revived. You're just done, okay? Um, okay, that is what I, okay. The crowning card here of your reading is the Ten of Swords. This card, guys, changes so many times in the deck. What it is, it's not so much that the swords are in the person, it just means, you know, they used to line the pavement. You know, it's called the stairway to heaven. Like, you're done with this jaunt. You know what I mean? It's just done. The way of thinking, the old ways of thinking, you just can't go back to doing that anymore. There's just no way. And that's what it comes down to. Um, it's new ways of working on things, new ways of thinking about things, new ways of working with people, taking criticism, right? Maybe you weren't open to that before and it backed up a lot of different things, right? I think too what shifts is your perspective on the things that you value in life. I think that that also shifts. Like I say, this is a big change. This isn't just, you know, something you've been working on, you know, on the home front or the work front. It finally gets the green light. It's more than that, okay? Because you've got judgment, you've got temperance, you've got justice, you've got the hermit, you've got cards that they have staying power. They're not the little changes. They're the ones that change your life until you leave here, okay? I really do think you get mind, body, soul all going in the same direction, and I think that that's the balance that opens all the lanes on the highway for you. Okay. Okay. Where you go from here is the Chariot card. Okay. That is a card of victory. Okay. It's a card of, you know, coming out of battle, collecting yourself, getting all your ducks in a row, going in, you know, one focused direction, and then going. Okay, it's a card of getting it done up here first, and that's why you're successful, because now you can get everything going in the same direction. Okay. With that card, I'm going to say this. Okay, it's got staying power. It's a success card. It's a card that it's a hard card. It's not an easy, you know, one battle like this. Okay, this is like, you've got this, and it the only thing separating the Chariot and the Nine of Wands is the Temperance card. Healing in the middle here, because this has been, you know, sometimes the battles in life to get where you're going, you've got to just, you know, walk through the flames of hell to get to the other side, and that's clearly what you've done here. Okay, the Chariot card is not a card of an easy victory. Okay, it's a card of just really, really doing battle, but knowing what you want, and just focusing on it, and getting everything behind the scenes lined up, and then you know exactly where you're going. Okay, let's just say when this Chariot starts actually moving, because it's not a card of movement until you've gotten all that together, but you know where your true north is after that. Okay, you know exactly what you're made of. Okay, that's where I was going with that. I think too what this does is it's been a long time coming too. Okay, it's got you're now, you know where you belong now. You are part of the community. You're, you know, you have people you can count on. Um, you have resources. Um, your health is good. Okay, it's things like that. Okay, all right. Now where you go here, what's coming up here for you is the Ace of Coins. There is not a position in any spread, upside, downside, sideways, that this card is negative. It is the doorway to anything that you want right now. The universe is telling you whatever it is that you want right now. Figure it out and get moving. The universe is going to back you, okay? And it's saying too that no matter how nice things are inside the gate here right now, with the little bit of change that you think you've made, go through the door, because it's much better. There's a lot more to come here, okay? This is a card of abundance. This is a card of a windfall, okay? It's health and well-being. It's wealth and well-being, okay? It's life is good on all fronts now. I think you're going to come up against something here too that you think, ugh, it did not. You think that it's just not going to work out, okay? With the little, uh, you know, moment that takes your breath away, and not in a good way, trust that it's for a reason, and something much better is coming from that, okay? So I think here, when you may not be able to get your ducks in a row here, little hiccups along the way, just trust that what's the holdup is just, it's divine timing working for you. You know, it may be clearing up a traffic jam you can't even see about, okay? See it in front of you. It's coming to terms with something too, okay? Again, I think there's a lot going on up here that's changing, okay? In your day-to-day, your home, your work, your just your day-to-day, the day-to-day mundane, anything tangible in your day-to-day, relationships, anything, okay? You've got the Two of Coins. That's a card of change, okay? It's a card of change coming, but it tells you to keep your feet on the ground, okay? I think what's happening here is whatever this is, your ships are coming in here. I think that it just tells you, you know, that you may come up against some opposition here, but just, realize that, change is inevitable. It's consistent. So just embrace it, go with it. Don't meet it with resistance, okay? It's a card, too, I feel around that. It's a new relationship. Not necessarily new, but it goes in a new way. Everything here is going in a different direction, literally going in a different direction. Your mind is going in a different direction. You're physically going in a different direction. Um, if something comes up here that, again, you think is not how you want something to go, there's a message here to not cry over spilt milk, because there is a reason that this is happening. Breaking old patterns, getting out from things. It's emotional, okay? Go with that, okay? Because to really gain the strength here and acceptance of yourself, you're going to have to handle the emotional upheavals that are coming here. It's a card too of needing some time to yourself around this. There's on the home front, there's you just need some time to yourself. You need to take a step back here. And in your hopes and fears, you've got the Hermit too. So this is exactly what I was saying. The Hermit card, though, is too. It's taking a time out. It's taking it maybe you just need time. This is a lot of change. You may just need some quiet time, right? If you're looking for answers, you've already got them. Okay, so you don't need to go. I would strongly advise, in the midst of all of this, to keep a lot of this to yourself until you don't need to come up against resistance. And it's sprinkled through here that you may come up against some of that. Whatever this is, it's an emotional journey here too, okay? I think too that things are going to come at you sporadically in a big way, like consistently in clusters. Like it'll be quiet and then you'll get hit with 1,000 things, and then it'll be quiet and you'll get hit with 1,000 things. It's things like that. It's things that are up in the air for divine reasons. All start landing like at the same time, and it's a lot. It's overwhelming, and I think that that's why there's an air over here too. What's coming up, that you're going to need some time for yourself, because this is emotional. When we clear out old baggage that we have been carting around forever, we don't even know what's in there anymore. It 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 you know it kicks up some dirt. So just give yourself the time and the space that you need to properly find a place for it. You don't want it coming back. Okay. All right. The outbound card here, you've got the Justice card. That's a karmic card too. It's a card of trust. It's a card of truth. It's a card of, judge as you're judged. You know, if something in the legal front has been held up, right, you're going to start to see that frees up. It goes in your favor, okay? If something you didn't think was going to go in your favor, if you're on the right side of the coin, it's going to go in your favor, okay? At the root, that card is of a strong foundation, okay? Up here, it's again, it's that mind, body, soul all going in the same direction, okay? There is a strong need here too, I think, for some reason. I don't know why I'm getting this, but again, I think that you have a newfound respect for yourself. I think you, what is the, how your self-worth, how you value yourself, right? I think that really changes for you, and you really accept who you are, and you know what you're made of, and you make no excuses to anyone for that. There's a need here, I think, though, to put up some boundaries, healthy boundaries, so that people don't walk all over you. Boundaries are good for both sides, all right? They let people know, what you'll deal with and what you won't. And so it's just, it shows people what, how to treat you, what you'll deal with and what you won't, okay? It's also a card of speaking up, being heard. I just feel that, you may have had to not speak your truth, like to just not, maybe it was to keep the peace or whatever, but you've had to silence yourself for a bit, and it's telling you with this Justice card to not do that, to just, if you've got something to say, say it, okay? Be heard, be seen, but definitely put the boundaries in place, okay? It's about, too, for some reason, not being a follower anymore. Sometimes we think that the biggest screw-ups that we make, they end up being the biggest blessings, honestly, and there's a little bit of that sprinkled through here, too. So if you've got a picture of whatever it is that you're working on and how you think you're going about it, don't be thrown off by the little universal better ways of doing things. I assure you, the universe is rigged in our favor even if we don't see it. And you've got a lot of change in here that the universe is doing for you, okay? Cycles and change. Don't meet it with resistance. That's what this card really speaks of, okay? It's about welcoming change and just going with it, okay? Sometimes you need to bend. When you're too sturdy, things will break you. So it's, there's an air here of that. Okay, I don't see anything negative at all. I see a lot, though, okay? I see a lot. And I see that whatever you've been working on, you're at the end of it, okay? You're not starting something out. This has been a long process, okay? Out of the gate in November, you're exhausted. You're tired, okay? There's a healing taking place here. There's an acceptance of yourself, an acceptance, I should say, of yourself, okay? It's an emotional. You're getting rid of a lot of old, lifelong thought process, how you did things, how you thought about things, yourself and the world around you, what you value, what you truly want. What is contentment for you? It's probably not the same at the end of this journey as when you started out, right? So that's what I'm going to say here. Okay. Okay, I hope that I've helped you in some way. This was general. If you want something more specific, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to look at something for you. Okay, thank you so much.